This time on Quest for the Open, I try out a new putter, remembered which boy band sang Shine,
We'll take that.
and worked out how to settle my nerves.
7 shots. Hey, so this is Hesketh Golf Club, and it's where Open qualifying is taking place on a regional basis this year. A few days from now, I will be heading to the first tee for that 1-round knockout event. There's going to be about 8 to 15 players that progress from regional qualifying, get through to final qualifying, and then if you have a day to remember, you might just play in the Open Championship, which this year is at Troon. So I'm having a practice round today, but what I really wanted to see with everything that I've learned this year, all my clubs, which are pretty much where I want them to be, and everything else, all this 6-month build up to this moment, I want to see what I can shoot with the scorecard in my hand at this beautiful links golf course. Get down to those comments below, let me know what you think I'm going to shoot. This is preparation for next week, so fingers crossed I don't have a horror show. Okay, first hole, 380 yards. It's kind of like downwind off the left. From memory, that is the prevailing wind, but it switches all the time around here, Hesketh. It's just, kind of does what it wants. No attention to the golfers who are playing. I'm gonna go driver because it doesn't narrow up the further you get, and there's danger short left, so it's better just hitting a driver. Right, play well, straight down the pin. Let's go. A bit right. Yeah. I'm almost certain that's where I've gone every single time I've played here, without fail, in that right rough. 93 yards, pin back right. I won't be able to see it from where I'm hitting, so I've just got to really kind of trust that distance. It's just, I think, going to be a nice little lob wedge. I do need to talk through, something I've been struggling with in the comps last few times, actually, talking through my routine properly, so just need to make sure that I nail that. Come on, birdie start. Came out weird and left. Well, sent Sam up there for absolutely no reason there. Don't know if I trusted not being able to see the pin there. That was a bit weird. Come on, Pete, trust. Trust in golf. Be Podreg. Can't hit every good shot. Well, you shout out to Mr. Captain 2024. Did you see that lovely gentleman I was conversing with on the green? That's pretty cool. And I also got a ball marker from the shot. Wow, look at that. Strong. I'll use the captain ball marker to begin with. If that doesn't work, it's going straight back in the bag. To be an heirloom of my house. Aim point has been working pretty well. Curse myself by saying this, but every time I play here, generally I do putt quite well. One of the reasons I wanted to come here for Open Quals. Oh, just needed it in. Just needed it in. Okay, I'm just imagining what it's like. Probably going to be a good 50, 60 people joining us for the walk, so to like that polite wow, words. So difficult. That is a tricky little hole, that. It's 135 front, 170 to the back. The wind kind of hard off the right. So normally the wind is like here. So 135, I got to be playing the center number really, so that's 150. So I think it's just like a normal wedge. Don't want to go flirting with this pin because, as you can probably see, anything short's just going to trundle away and down. If I hit a tiny hold up shot, it's going to take 5 yards off, say, so 145. So that chimney behind the green on that house, that's basically my line. Just trying to hit a cut at that and the wind should hold it straight. Go in then. Oh no! Sit! Gosh, I played a bloody piner. That was really good. I didn't quite strike it, in all fairness. It was a tiny bit from the toe, but I was hoping for a bit of a better result than that. I'm surprised I got that much spin. Greens are firm. So when we land in this, just a bit short, let it trundle on and down. It's going to be a lot left to right. So yeah, pitching it just short, let it hop on, Let it move down that way. Actually, weirdly straight with that first bounce, almost went that way. I'm wearing my Pinehurst hat, trying not to think of Rory right now. What was it, 2 foot? So this is just slightly shorter than the one that Rory missed. That par. Just shows you gotta focus on every putt. And I missed one from that far in the PGA Champs for a birdie, so it wasn't as hurtful, but still, leave scars. Right, lower par, 2 holes. It's quite a gentle opening though to this course. Like, it gets difficult really from like the next 3 are really tricky, and the 4th and the 5th are dangerous. Just got to get off to a good solid start, and then you got a chance. 420 yard par 4. I can stretch anywhere from here back to 440. Wind hard off the left, just rough to the right, trees to the left. It's a strange feeling to Hesketh. So all the holes around the clubhouse feel older than the ones across the road. They feel much more linksy, a little bit more parkland here. So there is a lot of variety. Just got to trust drive. Trust driver, man. You hit your drive so well. People screaming at the TV, no, take your 3-wood. As you can tell, we've all got a little bit of Pinehurst hangovers from yesterday. So line is basically that buggy in the background and just trying to hold it there. It's a good strike. From memory, I think there might be a bunker down there. So I don't know if I've reached that or not, but tricky tee shot. Never fun trying to draw a ball back into wind towards some woods. But it's a practice run. It's all for learning. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. So, I mean, this is where, kind of thinking ahead to open qualifying, where decisions need to be made. So I've missed the bunker, I'm sure, in the rough, but if I did hit a 3-wood off that tee, like I'd be short of all of this, and it's actually quite a wide landing area there, and I'd still only have like a 9, 8 iron in. So I suppose it depends how confident I'm feeling, because the boys will know. How many 3-woods have I had in the bag so far this year?
3, 4.
Something like that. It's just been a little bit too much. Oh, I managed to zap a seagull in flight there. 124. It's quite a good lie. I don't think I need to worry too much about it flying. Like, access into the back of the ball is not too bad. It's 150 back, so don't need to worry about that. Stay there. Pin eye, it actually just went, kind of actually set off a little bit right there, so I wouldn't say I'm quite feeling too connected just yet. So what I'll do here is I'll throw up the qualigraph. So this is a series of challenges that I've set myself throughout the year to try and prepare and get ready for open qualifying. I've done probably over half of them, achieved some things which I really wanted to, but again, some of the real keys, some of the factors that were desperately needed to put myself in the best position, I've not managed to get fully done. So depending on if we do the Quest for the Open again next year, this is something that needs to be looked at. But you know, there's things I can be proud of here. You know, winning an event, getting through to the PGA Championships, that was a big goal. I messed up in the final of that, which was last week, and missed the cut. But overall, it's been a relatively good year playing. Hopefully I can just keep some of that good form going into next week. My tee time, by the way, for next week is 12:50. So lads are going to be following me around filming, but also kind of posting live updates on social. So if you're not following me at Peter Finch Golf, why the hell not? It's like my stick, by the way, for my little impromptu in-round stretcher. Pretty sure this doesn't count as an extra club, does it?
Only if you use it.
There. Just off the green. Wow, a little big dip there. And it looks like it's going to break right to left all the way. So they had club champs here yesterday, or Captain's Day, and the pins are all tucked. Hoping they might be a little bit easier for open qualifying, but it's a little bit right to left all the way after this initial hump. And I think this initial hump's just gonna cast it slightly further left. So it's a 1 degree slope pretty much all the way. I'm just gonna add in another half. So it's pretty much halfway through the shadow of the pin I'm aiming. Whacked it. Just whacked it. It's actually a really good strike. All right, Mr. Captain, let's see what your marker's made of. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got to be honest, like Conway for the PGA Champs, I played really bad. It was crap, to be honest with you, but my putting did save me, and I've been putting a fair bit of practice into it. So hopefully I can keep that going. Excuse me. Wind hard off the right. It's 148 front, 155 pin. So 155 is just a normal 9. And it feels a little bit down, but I want to cut it into it. So I think a 9 iron with a slight fade into the breeze, downwind, should work out. I should have listened more at school. Didn't really teach much about how the wind affects ball flight. Teachers actually wanted me to listen in science. They could have gone at it that way, but oh no, it's periodic table this. Periodic table that. Is that chemistry? God, I was a terrible student. Right, 9 iron, just to the right of the pin, fade. Just hoping this wind is enough down to push it onward. Nudge it wind, just a bit. It's pretty good. It's a good strike again. Kind of liking that little held off fade at the moment. Trying to really style it out on my finish, I'm not sure you can tell. All right, where's Mr. Captain? There you are. Touch that way. Touch that way. Touch that way. Just one all the way pretty much. Okay. My putting continues, because this week I've got this practice round today, hopefully I'm going to get it one more time, and then I've got a comp on Thursday at Longridge, which is the final mini series event that we're sponsoring. When's that going to come out? It's going to be after open qualifying, isn't it? So imagine going into open qualifying with a win. God, why am I being so positive? When's the last time you had a fizzy Lucozade? Hey listen, other energy drinks are available. Let's bring you like back memories, like, oh yeah, playing football as a kid. 5-a-side or something like that. Right, this hole is a real pain in the anus. There's water all down the left where that swan is. So you've got to hit an iron, and that makes the hole a lot longer, and the second shot always plays into wind. It's tricky because the landing area is quite narrow and the wind's off the left, out of bounds right. So I'm just going to hit a 4. Oh, man. This is a horrible hole, this. Now the shot is at that bunker and draw it, or at the water and let it drift. There's nothing in the middle, so you've got to decide. So I'm going to hit a 4 iron at that bunker with a draw. It's pretty good. Man. Horrible, horrible. Like drawing something back towards the hazard. Watching those swans then. It's just the one swan actually. Right, 171. So it's a white pin, so that's at the back of the green, yeah, 179 to the back. Always plays into wind. I have played this hole before when I, poo you not, the flag was bending over the top of me, like that. I left it in for dramatic effect, obviously. So 179 really is the number into wind. So that's a 7 iron, into wind, 6 iron, and that should be somewhere around the middle of the green. I don't especially want to attack this too much. So it's going to go 6, just to kind of flight it down a little bit. If the wind's like this next week, this won't be too bad at all. Tell you what, that might be one of the best flighted shots I've hit in a while. Well, that was just a really good shot. I'm just really happy with that. Not going to be many birdies on this hole, so try and capitalise a little bit. Kind of down and move in right. This initial part of the putt's just going to move it a little bit left, so it kind of feels like a 1.5, so I'm going to go 1. Again, got my line. Oh, that's a good putt. Oh, that's a good putt. Just slips by. Oh. That'd be nice, because these next 2 holes, like, if you're nervous about missing the ball to the right, these are terrifying. If you're nervous about missing the ball to the left, it's also terrifying. And it's straight into wind. Pretty sure this is like a bird sanctuary. Are those huts over there are for twitchers? Twitchers, isn't it? Bird watchers. Quite like the idea, you know, amateur ornithology. I actually quite like the idea of that when I'm all grown up. Over there as well, beautiful views. That's over towards Beaconfell, like Preston way. Last time I came over here, I was at Formby, which is down that way. Like, it was all sunny, and then there was like massive black storm cloud there. Then the sun was, great spot. It's a great spot. Notice how positive you are after a few good putts holes. So it's 460 yards into wind. This is what I mean, the next 2 holes, because you've got this one, which is tough par 4. Then you've got a par 5, which is actually only a touch longer, but it's tighter, there's water, there's danger everywhere. If you can get through, basically, these 3 holes, the last, this and the next, in level, like, you're fine. Ideal shot here is straight down the middle, obviously, and with a little cut back into that breeze. Just leaves me a little bit longer, but so I'm going to go at that bunker right in the centre, just hold fade into it, come on. Fine, there's a bunker over there, but that's the shot, just overdid it. I suppose the advantage of having that wind off the right is that you can kind of commit to that shot and it should be held up. You just don't want going left and going left. Like a 278 drive into wind, it's pretty good. And it's kind of like just ignoring the pin on this one, like no more. It is in the middle today, admittedly, but see those 2 trees behind the green? It's get it coming down on that at the centre number. So it's 184, so 7 iron, but it's into wind, so 6 iron. Hitting a little fade, I think a 5 iron might be too much. Thinking that 6 iron again. How's it flying fine? And so I just feel like that 6 is just going to balloon a touch, but a 5 will knuckle. Back's 205, so 205, a fadey 5 iron into wind, that should be okay. Let's go with that. I'm not going to try and smack it, just going to try and finesse this one. Again, just keep it slightly lower. Simmer. Not sure, it came out great. Bang on line. I'm kind of thinking it might have just busted through. It's the only, not the issue, so I'm using the TP5X ball, and I've noticed the last couple of weeks since I've been playing like more comps in the wind, it can ball, like just penetrate the air sometimes, and I've not quite mastered the shot where I can do it consistently. So every now and again there's like a drive, potentially that drive, that just goes, just flies through it, but then if you get one climbing and spinning, that's where it's going to be a bit inconsistent. So potentially something I need to work on. I think that's probably gone to the back. I can see it back edge. So, oh, well, this Captain Ball marker has done wonderfully. This is where aim points become a problem, because if you're not paying attention, you forget. Right, so straight. This is definitely moving right. This is moving pretty straight, and then at the end, it's going to come back this way. Now, what all that equates to is I'm now going to go behind the ball and say, overall, it's going to have to be quite straight. So it's just pace. It's a little bit downhill to begin with, and it's just going to climb slightly. But line-wise, I can go straight, so that's good. Come back, come back, come back. I might stay straight anyway. It's okay putt though. Honestly, like a par on there is one you just take. Right. Say thank you very much, and move on. This feeling that I've got now, being quite relaxed and almost feel like I'm just talking to the camera, is absolutely key. There it is. Blackpool Tower, located in Blackpool. Hell on earth. It's a par 5, and it's only like 500 yards off these back tees, or just over 515. But it's so much more than that. There's a massive bunker waiting to drive that stays too straight. Outward bound, maybe 10 yards left of that, and then there's water to the right. Like, believe it or not, a miss into the right water isn't the end of the world, because where it goes in, you can still probably reach the green, and you still scramble away from a par. I'm pretty sure that's what we did last time. And I hit it in the water and ended up with a par. But ideally, at that bunker, fading it back into the wind, so same shot as last time, it's just tight. Feeling nervous now. God knows what I feel like on Monday. So at that bunker with a fade. Same shot as the last hole, basically. That low fade. Oh, it's it wind. I think it's landed short, but I imagine it's probably trickled in. Just went straight back into it. It didn't get held up at all there. I'm going into these few holes very much with the knowledge that, like, getting out with a level par, like, even though there's a par 5 in there, it's fine. It's honestly fine, because there are opportunities to score. These ain't it. Because it's definitely softer here. So I think it's been, yeah, look at that. So it's definitely been stopped by those tracks. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. You get a drop out of tracks. Lucky with the tee shot. I think even if I'd have gone on that bunker with that type of shot, it wouldn't have reached. This is not where the story ends, however. So we've got 241 front. The water carries on all the way down the right. And what I think is particularly difficult about this hole is that the layup point, where you'd be wanting just to flick with the wedge, is actually the narrowest. So 242 front, 250 middle. That is a hybrid, or like a sliced 3-wood. I'm kind, because you see where the buggy is in front. So there, where they're driving, that's towards the next tee, and that's just kind of rough there. The pin is, see this tree here, it's basically underneath, pretty much the centre of the overhanging branches. I'm basically going for the gap. So I'm going for that gap with a cut, because that should leave me a chip across. If it fades a little, that's fine. Obviously can't slice it with the water. Well, I kept it low. Tragically, that's going to be all right. That was a top. In the office, we've got one of those, I think it's like a 17-degree tailor-made tour hybrid, and you can crank it down. Honestly, I might be like 3 woods at the moment. I've got a proper, full-on mental block. Short this green. Into wind, I could probably... It's got added glucose, you know. Is glucose just sugar? It's just sugar. I'm just basically drinking sugar.
Just better sugar.
It's just better. So I'm going to go 60 degree. I'm going to try and kind of hit a little bit of a kind of floater. Almost try and hit like a little cut, because like the wind's coming here. And I should get it to stop quick. Got a hawthorn tree behind the green. Just living life. How many golfers has it watched snap putters on this green, I wonder? Wasn't like a full-on fat, but it was definitely slightly before the ball. Can't tell, it just like popped up. It was a bit weird. Commit. That is the word. I might get you guys printed out some t-shirts from under. Slightly right to left, slightly right to left and up the hill. It's uphill, Pete. It's uphill. It's uphill. God, what line? What line? Oh. To be honest, having a par on that hole after the utter cluster business that I managed is fine. 1 under. We continue. 316 to the front, but there's water like, excuse me. There's water like guarding all the front right. So it is an iron. We got to them bunkers. 219. So realistically, if we're going to be super smart, just a 5-iron, straight down the middle, wedge it on. Yep. That's fine. Oh, gotta be great just to get a driver and wang it over that corner. 134. So calculations were right. I've not reached those bunkers. Even if I had sliced it straight out, it would have been short. Wind's kind of like down off the right, so 50 degree. Probably not a full one though. Or I just try and hit a tiny fade back into it again. It's always a little bit more difficult with loft in the hands, but if I hit this with a fade, I think it's going to come up short and it's not a wedge. So I'm just going to try and hit a straight shot at the right middle of the green. Just let the wind bring it back. Normal swing, nothing crazy. Pulled it a touch, but it's worked out okay. Pretty much pin eye. The divot felt huge. That's in 6 pieces. Go through your routine. Go through your routine. Straight, pretty straight. Oh, that is straight. And then I think right at the end, it's just going to move. Tiny bit left, but not a lot. I don't think I'm giving up the hole. It's just right edge. Maybe a touch firm, potentially, kind of busted through, but oh, just felt at the end it was just going to move. Another par. What was that? That's the 8th. Wow. You know what? I've got a sneaking suspicion it will not be this quick during open qualifying. It's 300 yards, see the hedge on the left? It's 300 yards to that. Wind off the left. And kind of, to be honest, like most of the danger is on the right, like as soon as you get to the right of these trees. So really thick, rough. Even though this hole like favours a fade, I don't want to get it going on the wind. So I'm going to try and hit a draw directly over that bunker. Should set us right. Pretty good. I couldn't have hit that better. I couldn't have hit that better. Come on. 112. Pin is tucked. So I just want to be leaving this kind of right of the hole, and then if I get a good distance, it looks like it should be uphill. A little bit off the left. Sensible shot will be to go quite straight at it. And then let the wind move it back if it does. It's 112, so it's just a nice 3/4 54. Be confident, go straight at it. If the wind moves it right, it's fine. Good line, bit long I think. Seem to like kind of glide through that wind again. It's okay though, tough pin, green and reg. That'd be a 2 putt for under par front 9. It's not bad. I've got some good iron shots actually. Like considering the last few weeks my iron play has been, what was it, first round at PGA Championships. Guess how many shots I lost, strokes gained with my irons? 7. 7 shots I lost. That is so bad. Wow. Oh. Not sure what the winning score would have been at Club Champs, but it's like border on greenkeeper's revenge, some of these spin. Gotta get this routine in. Doing a lot, maybe a little bit right to left, and then I can see what's going to happen here. Whew. At the end, it just snaps massively to the left. Almost. Not bad. So, 9 holes. 1 under par. Not bad. 1 birdie, 8 pars. Pretty good. Oh, just need to keep this up. I need to keep the par drag positivity going. Not get too down on myself. Try and keep quite level. I'm going to hit some bad shots. Just how you recover from them. how you think about them. Because ultimately, it's the only thing we can control, our attitude. Okay, back 9, here we go. So open qualifying, it depends on the wind, but if the wind's like this around here to guarantee qualification, 2 under, 3 under maybe. I think 1 under level is probably going to potentially put you in a playoff. If the wind blows, like level par around here is good, but yeah, if it's like this, if it warms up, it's going to be a tricky one to put a number on, but 3 under will put you through safely. We've got 197 to clear the front bunker, and there's a little bit of room to the next one. A fade with my hybrid, 19 degrees, should be enough to get over the first one, probably not reach the second. Those trees at the back are 260, so I don't want to hit a driver just in case. It's only 330 yards, so just a layup shot. Commit to it though. Come on, wind, just nudge it back. Yeah, pretty good. And I held its line really well. It's one good thing about this course, like as the holes progress as well, I've faded it against the breeze, I've drawn it against the breeze. You've got to play lots of different shots. It's not one dimensional. That's all I've got to say. Nothing else bad. Good, good. Well, it's one of the questions got kind of asked recently, like with the shot scope stats I've been doing, how my season average is much longer, and recently my average driving distance has come right down. It's because a lot of the courses we're playing, like this isn't a driver hole, so off the tee I'm hit that probably 220, so that's obviously going to bring all the averages down. So it's very much by course basis. We're into wind here, 114. I think that actually helps us. Now I don't want to go over the back here, it all kind of like drops out and kicks away. 114 into wind, full 54, that's 120. That's just going to go too high. So 50 degree, 3/4, that's 120 as well. I think that's the shot. Go pretty much straight at it. I don't think I'm going to miss this right. So your 120 shot. Get off it, Win. Get off it. It's just moved it a long way left. Yeah, I suppose wind's more going that way. That was a good shot. Good clubbing. Right, another flat putt until right at the end when it goes this way, like a proper handbrake turn. It's even hard to aim point because it's so flat until the last bit. I've got my line, it's just got to trust it again. Much longer than I wanted for birdie. Actually, that pin is right at the back again. Wow. Oh, go, what a line again. Okay, that is another par. Yeah, my putting after the first round up at Cruden Bay did not have a good putting day, and I was like, what was going on? I just couldn't get the ball started on mine. So I got my dad to videotape me because he's an old man, and and I was like, I was stood. I don't know. It's just since I got this putter, I was here. This is a dramatisation. Putter's here, ball's there. So I stood like this. As soon as I saw myself on it, I was like, why has no one told me? Or why has no one pointed this out? Yeah, because they're only 152 to the front here, and a 155 pin. So probably going to be adding on another probably 15 yards at open qualifying. Obviously depending on where they put the pin. But you can only play the course as you find it. So 155 downwind, but pin at the front and slightly off the left. If I hit a draw with a wedge, that should take a little bit of steam off it. Just don't want to go in that front left bunker because that looks like a no-go area. So again, these are questions, but what are the answers? The answer is middle of the green with a draw, hold it against the breeze. Just leave yourself a pin eye put up the hill. Oh, come on, Win, do me a favour, hit it hard, 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 hard. Stay there. Almost got away with it. I think it's just a runoff area, but it's not the place to miss. I just overdrew it. It was actually a really nice strike, just a bit too much. A lot of putters from off the green recently. Do fancy it in a chip, but it's all downhill once it lands on the green, so just need to get it moving. Kind of left to right off this slope, and then should flatten out, but it is down slope, downhill. Too bad. Yeah, we're doing a lot of putting from off the green. Okay, another par. Oh, absolutely racking these up. Don't feel like I'm having some good pars. I made some good putts. I don't really feel like I've threatened for birdie that much. Just feels like I've been playing very within myself, very controlled. Right, now this hole is a bit of a, not exactly a bomb and gouge hole, but you just need to advance it. Like there's a big ridge in the middle of the fairway, which is rough, but kind of like downwind. There's loads of room to the right for your miss. So you just kind of just hit it down there as far as possible and you're going to wedge it in. I can't remember there actually being, yeah, the first bunker is like 400 yards away, so it's just whack, and then, that's me holding a putt, by the way, not trying to pass a kidney stone. Slight draw back into this wind, pretty much just straight down at the flag. Yeah. Oh, he's not gonna want that one back. Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was a good one. Bit looser. Okay, 109. Wind off the left. 3/4 54 again. This is a bit more of a. It's probably one of the first chances I feel I've got to properly like attack here. Just left of the pin. Let the wind move it a touch. Oh, come on, wind. Great strike, that. Oh, that was annoying. Oh, damn. Great divot as well. A real fine specimen. It breaks in two though. Actually, what a funky green this is, by the way. Lots of humps and hollows. I've left myself a pretty much uphill putt. Oh, this kind of balances itself out. One of them. Again, it feels like at the end, it's gonna go right. It looks like that as well. So this is just outside the left edge. It's pretty straight all the way until that point, uphill. So just trust it. Oh wow, see that? Kind of went that way right in the middle, didn't it? Got a little hollow there. It's better pace on that one. Well, you'll be shocked to hear. That's a par. Can't complain though. Can't complain at that. Let's keep it going. This is a real, it's a real confusing hole, this. So I've got 200 yards, 212 to clear like the left hand bunker. And there's a ditch that runs diagonally across the hole. It's a par 5, it's 500 and kind of 500 yards from here. But the second shot is actually downwind. And I remember this from last time I played it, that you can take the drive on, you can try and thread it through that gap. But there's no point. Like there's absolutely no point, because whatever shot you're going to hit on the second, this is 500 yards, but this could be like a 4-iron hybrid or even a 4-iron 4-iron, depending on the bounce. Straight down the middle. That back bunker, just to the right of that. That felt good. That felt really good. So it might appear to the untrained eye to be quite a conservative play, but it's like a. I can't speak today. You're probably wondering what I've got left in, so I'm going to tell you. 255 yards to the front. It's kind of like 280 to the back. It's quite a long, thin green. That pin is hard left, so my line is the halfway hook, straight in the background. Wind's off the right. I don't think I should try and fight it too much. Again, I think I should just probably play pretty much straight down shot, and if the wind moves it left, that's fine. With that in mind, if I start it straight at that hook, I'm gonna have to start this a bit further right. So I'm gonna go pretty much over the right center of this big bunker right in front of me. If it moves back from there, that's fine. Oh, get off it, wind. Ah. Oh. It's going to be a very tricky up and down, but it is up near the green. Just a tiny bit toey. Just enough to really mess up all my plans. Yeah, I've not left myself in an ideal position. How's that lie? I think if I catch this right, I could almost carry this like properly just to the edge of the green, because it's going to pitch into the upslope and it's slightly into the wind. The other option is like literally just trying to trundle it to the top of that slope and let it run down. That's almost a harder shot if you think about it. It's going to have to be super precise, but if it goes past, it's fine. Ah, I just missed it. Just hit the bottom of the slope. Missing this green left, obviously with that pin's going to be a bit of a nightmare anyway, but I'd have to have like chip and run it to like there. There's a birdie chance. How arrogant am I to think that I can hit every shot perfectly? Not me, not I. Not the disciple of Harrington. It's going to move in this way. Kind of flies out a touch at the end, but it's all right to left. Got your line, yes. Slightly back up that hill. Just busted it. Just pulled it a little bit. Kind of sensed it was going to be short, low, so probably just give it a bit more pace. Well, that is another par. It's a very, very clean scorecard. We're going back over the road now, so again, you'll see the difference between more of the parkland feel and then just pure links. It's great. It's a great contrast. Like that there is like it's just a prime links course. Like this area you've got obviously here, you've got kind of next door, you've got S&A, you've got Hillside, you've got Birkdale, and it kind of goes over and over in kind of like drama. But these holes around the clubhouse are great. Like some of the best links holes you're going to find in this area. Right, wind off the right. The line here really is that same shot I hit off the tee on the par 5. Bunker on the right, and then the bunker on the right 3. It's right in the middle of those. A little bit of wind should bring it back centre. It's around the green where the fun really starts. I want to bring it back a touch more. Yep, fine. Slightly further right than I wanted, but pretty good, I think. Look at me hitting a draw with a 4-iron. Yeah. Hey? Who'd have thought we'd be here? A year ago today, me drawing a 4-iron. Not a chance. Thank you, me and my golf. 157 middle. The pin is like directly over the middle of this bunker. It's at the back. I remember the green doing some really weird and wonderful things. I think it all like kicks in from the front, but I can't quite remember. 158 middle, that's really the number. Wind directly off the right, 158. Looking at a 9-iron. Kind of want to be aiming this at the bay window, in the middle bay window of the mock Tudor house there. Great line. Felt very Scotty on that one. I've had a few comments on this recently. Now, just to clear this up, I've been trying for literally years to get here. So left side opening up, right side under control, rather than being here, coming over the top like this. Can I get in this position? No. The only way I can do it is to basically feel I'm sliding it like this. Hence the reason it's Scotty Scheffler. So I'm not trying to swing like Scotty Scheffler. That's just basically what it looks like. If I could swing like Scotty Scheffler, then that's a completely different story. A little bit tentative potentially. It's actually quite a big ridge at the back as well. So it's not so much the green that's odd, it's more like you've got a big kick on area right in front. Straight, straight, a little bit right to left, a little bit right to left, just a smidge again. There's been a lot of holes today. They're actually, like when you come to putt, the putts are relatively flat. This is only just outside. Go, go, Pete. How many putts that now? How many putts is that? They've been such a good line, just like the short. I mean, that did take a couple of hops early on, actually took the pace out of it a bit, but another par. Wow. Unbelievable. Right, again, next hole, absolute cracker. I don't know what the church is called in the background that we're aiming at, but today it will be St. Peter's. Kind of hitting over the marker post towards St. Peter's Church. the rectory. I think it's just a 4-iron. There are bunkers kind of like left and right. If I'm feeling cocky, I do think we'll probably reach front edge. It's like 350, a little bit downwind. But it is just an iron over that marker and just a kind of wedge or a 50-degree in probably. So just commit to it, straight over the marker. Let's visualize this a little bit more. Are we drawing it off the marker onto the church or fading off the church onto the marker? Let's fade. Oh, ball's going where I'm asking it. Yeah, that's a rare occurrence, but I want to give myself a tiny bit of credit and start being positive. I have been working on my swing quite a lot, so it's nice to see it start to come to fruition a touch. 113 front, and I think that's the number, because it's pretty much straight downwind. I don't mind going past it a little bit. It's that 54-degree wedge again. Not that a lot, like that little 3/4 one. Lovely links green again in that hollow, centre of the fairway. Yeah, be quite aggressive, straight at it. Pretty good. A little bit thin, yeah. I'm not sure if it was thin or if it was just like I came in quite shallow. Maybe slightly from the inside. Kind of nipped it quite clean. All right, not quite what I'd, pictured in my mind's eye. It's pros. I think set off in the window I intended. Right, again, quite a flat feeling putt. Good heavy flag, this one. Fine stitching. Still bears the red rose of Lancashire, although I don't think it's in Lancashire anymore. I'm going to trust my feet on this one more. It kind of looks like it wobbles a bit all over the place, but my feet are suggesting it's straight. Oh, wow. I went right very quickly. Pete, come on. I'm starting to, my head's starting to wander a little bit then. Like over that putt, we forgot to ring the bell coming up the fairway, and my head was like, I should have rung that bell. And all of a sudden I'm over my putt. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. Focus, focus, focus. My biggest weakness. I need more glucose. 183 yards. What a beautiful little hole. Back into wind. Okay, let's do maths. 183 yards, that is a 7-iron. Back into wind. It's definitely a 1-club wind. So that's a 6. Pin is pretty flat though, so those trees are protecting it a touch. Don't want to go long, so it is probably a 6-iron. Flighted 6. Pretty full swing. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, I got a new tee out of it as well. This is just a hole to remember, isn't it? That was a nice shot. That was a nice shot. Tricky one, right to left. It's one of those that aim point suggests just outside the hole. It's like my literal 2 birdies today have come par 3s. Shows how much my approach play has improved within a week. All right, that is 2 under par. Now the last 2 holes, the par 5, the last hole's a par 5 as well, but I think in open qualifying they play as a par 4, I think. So, par 5, par 4, 2 under par. Come on, let's go. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Legolas, what do elf eyes see? Let's see par 5. I'm not entirely sure I like this hole. It's 516 yards from here, but actually to the center of the green, it's 480, because it goes like this. So you've got to hit it. If you want to have a chance to approach the green, you've got to hit it the very right edge of the fairway and avoid the bunkers. If you go left center, you can still get to the green, but you've got to hoist like an 8-iron and hit it about 180. It's possible, but the green's quite a tight approach. I could almost take it out of my hands and say I could hit a 4-iron, and then I could hit like a 5-iron maybe to the corner and then just wedge it on. But if I'm in this situation where it's open qualifying, I'm 2 under at this point, I know that 3 under probably gets us in, and if the last place is a par 4, it's a very difficult hole. So I think it's a driver. You're not going to believe it when I say that, that's all right. That's on the next hole, kind of like near where the tee you kind of walk up. I was trying to like get a little bit more shallow and just like hit a bit more of a heavy draw, which I suppose I did, but not ideal. If I could hit it there and do it consistently, that's going to really shorten the hole down. I reckon I've got shorter into the green from there than I would in the fairway. And I reckon if it's where it's bounced to, that's really good. So this is what I mean. So this is the 18th hole that comes straight back this way. And I found this gap and I've got 187 from. I honestly feel really guilty for like being over here, but at the same time, 187 wind kind of directly off the left. Don't want to go long with this green, so I'm just going to hit a 7. Straight over the corner of the trees, little draw. Oh wow, look at that wind go. Yeah, it's all right. Just be kind of front right. Honestly, I'm a bit like, this is a bit embarrassing. Like, there's par 5s today. God, I played them weird. But I honestly don't know about that hole, because like the rough, if you have a look at that rough there, that's what's in play. So it's that rough that's in play there. If you hit it slightly left with a driver, it might honestly be like a 4-iron, 7-iron wedge. Obviously, it depends very much on the situation. Like if I'm 1 over on that tee and I've got a chance to get home in 2, there's not a hope in hell that I'm going to be laying up with a 4-iron, but I'm going to be going past Mr. Captain, who's going to be going, oh, did you mean to go there? Yeah. You're like, yeah. I mapped it out on the satellite and, you know, recognise this as the shortest line in. It is.
Oh, there we go.
You got it?
Yeah.
See it? Try not to improve my line.
Yeah.
You got it. So my luck finally ran out. They were saying they actually took quite a firm bounce, so I'm presuming it might have just kicked onto this back edge and shot. Yeah, that's annoying. The more and more I look at it, the more I'm thinking, is it just a 4-iron on a layup? Such a difficult approach, small green. All right. I'll tell you that. I will take that. Bit of it and open it, let's be honest, but it's a good, yeah, that's fine. There's something viscerally in my system that says you are not hitting a 4-iron deliberate to lay up on a par 5. Like, don't be disgusting. Oh. I think it's gonna be completely situation dependent. Completely situation dependent. Oh, hey, we're having fun. We're having fun. How arrogant do you think you are that you can hole every putt? Not me. I think it's a little bit of a hangover from Conway. Like they were running a good couple of foot faster. So it's been fine though. It's 2 under par, and realistically, this hole and the other par 5, they're the only 2 holes that I really kind of made mistakes on. Gotten away with a touch, so it's okay. It's pretty solid. One more hole. It's a par 5. I think they play it as a par 4. Don't know, think we should play it as a par 4? I have to be doing a bit more of this in open quals, isn't it? How long does it take us today? So we are 3.5 hours to here. I imagine in open qualifying you can add 2 more hours onto that. Well, 1 more hour to here maybe. I could have a nap, like proper, shut your eyes. Like a proper hour power nap here. 460 yards, beautiful hole this one. You can see the green straight as an arrow in front of us. Nice loose swing. Come on, 2 under. Let's try and get it to 3 if we can. Wind off the right. That bunker you can clear. Just hold that. Yeah, pretty good. Just left semi. I shouldn't have let down then. I really shouldn't have let down. Bloody back. I could feel it at the top. I was like feeling for it. I was like, that's tight. 148 to the centre left in, so I'm going to say they're definitely playing it as a par 4. 150 is a wedge. Wind kind of feels a little bit down off the right. So it's either I hit like a normal wedge just to the right of the pin, let the wind drift it, or I try and hold a little 9. I think just a solid wedge. That you can see where the entry to the pin is like super tight. Just going to aim basically in between the pin and the slope. You're not going to hope the wind brings it back. You're going to play it so the wind brings it back. Clubbing was great. Stayed right. Like literally didn't move at all. Bit unlucky as well because it snagged up in that rough. that is fairly unlucky. That. That's a hold up there. Right. Okay. Now let's talk this through. So let's put yourself in this situation. So you're two under. Let's say you've got to stay at 2 under to make sure you get through. So you've got to get up and down. Ball is way above my feet. Now with a lob wedge, effectively that club face is pointing like here. So I need to aim further right, just get the connection right, but the ball's going to come off left. I want it to land kind of like here and then scoot onwards. Almost. This is going to surprise you. I've not really practiced that shot. Can't recreate that in the studio. Bit unlucky, a little bit unlucky, but at the same time I missed the green with a wedge. So. Okay, so this put for a 2 under. I think with the scorecard, this is going to be put for 69. I think it's going to be par 71, isn't it? So just off the left, pretty much all the way, quite flat. That just came off right. I think it was a bit of a tiny bit of a push, and just kind of you could almost see it like fighting it. 1 under par. Not but that's just a little bit of a sour taste in one's mouth. So finishing 1 under for that round isn't too bad. I'll have a little bit of a look at the shot scope stats here as well. Actually hit a lot of greens and quite a few fairways in regulation as well. My proximity to the hole on approaches might not have been the closest that it could have been, but on another day, those putts, hopefully on Monday, will be going in, and I won't be leaving them short, but I think the greens will be a little bit quicker during open qualifying as well. I've made the preparations the best I can. The only thing that I'm just experimenting with this week is that 3-wood position because I've just not been comfortable with it all year. So that might be liable for change, but apart from that, my bag set, my mindset, swing set, can't really do many big changes now. I've just got to get it in tip-top condition before that day. But most importantly, I've got to get my head in the right space. And of course, that is what I'll be doing this week as well. It's a little bit nervous to be finally at this point where, you know, the culmination of all this year is going to be coming to a head. But I'm also excited and looking forward to getting out there. And if you are coming to watch, to seeing you guys as well. As mentioned, I'm teeing off at 12:50. So if you do want to have a wander around and clap in the occasional par, that'd be great. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next week, potentially after regionals when we get through.